Nikhil's friend who lives in a village had borrowed rupees 2 lakh from him. He deposited this amount in cash in Nikhil's bank account. But Nikhil has received a notice from Income Tax Department. To curb black money, the Income Tax Department is keeping a close watch on cash transactions. According to the rules, there are many restrictions on cash transactions. Some of the rules apply on business and other professions, while other rules are applicable on all the remaining activities. Under the Income Tax Act, you cannot take a loan of more than rupees 20,000 in cash from anyone, nor can you repay in excess of this limit. However, this does not affect your tax liability. If you transact in a cash a loan amount in excess of this limit, then the tax authority can levy penalty equal to the excess amount paid or received. However, this limit is not applicable for every cash transaction you have made for loans. If the outstanding balance falls below rupees 20,000 at the time of paying the last installment, then the entire amount can be paid in cash. Apart from this, not a single rupee in excess of 20,000 can be paid in cash as arrears on loan. But this restriction does not apply on home loans. Tax and investment expert Balwant Jain says that if you have your own business or if you are engaged in any other profession, then under the Income Tax Act, you cannot show more than rupees 10,000 as daily expense paid in cash. If you do so, then you will not be able to claim tax deduction on this expenditure. However, daily cash payment of up to rupees 35,000 can be made to a transporter. Similarly, if someone makes a cash payment in excess of rupees 10,000 for the purchase of a property, then this amount will not be used to claim depreciation expenses. Balwant Jain explains that a part of your taxable income can be claimed for tax deduction. There are certain limits fixed under the Income Tax Act on cash payments. If you pay cash for health insurance, then you will not get benefit of tax deduction under the Section 80D. These restrictions are also applicable in the case of medical expenses paid by senior citizens who do not have health insurance. Similarly, under the Section 80G, you cannot claim tax deduction on cash paid in excess of rupees 2,000 as donations. These restrictions are levied only on daily basis and not on a total amount paid by any individual as donations. Complete restrictions. Under the Section 269 ST of the Income Tax Act, there is a complete ban on cash receivables in excess of rupees 2 lakh. This restriction is applicable on the payee and not on the payer. This restriction applies on receipt of funds for one particular transaction. It is not necessary that this payment should be made in a single day. This provision has been made to curb the use of black money on various occasions like marriage, travelling, etc. Under the tax laws, the payer cannot make any claim for tax deduction on this amount. For example, in case of a wedding reception, a caterer cannot accept an amount exceeding rupees 2 lakh for a period of 1 or more days. Similarly, there is no restriction in the case of sale of gold jewelry, a house or even a plot. But if the value of single transaction exceeds rupees 2 lakh, then the seller is not allowed to receive the cash payment whether as a lump sum or in tranches. Similarly, an amount of more than rupees 2 lakh cannot be received as a cash gift. Cash received during marriage or as a gift from any family member which is not included in your income cannot be more than rupees 2 lakh. If you receive a cash payment in contravention of these provisions, the income tax officer may impose penalty equal to the excess amount received. Keep in mind, there is no provision for imposing penalty on the person who is paying such amount. Money9 suggests Income Tax Department is encouraging people to pay through check and online. If you take a loan from someone, then tell him to pay the amount either by check or online. Pay back in the same way. If you transact and breach the norms, then you may have to pay a fine if you come under the supervision of Income Tax Department.